Online courses alone won't carry your business in 2026. Information, it is everywhere. AI, it can generate content in seconds. But what people are actually paying for now is access, right? The connection and real-time support from somebody that they trust. So if your business model is still built around that create a course and sell a course and just repeat it, you're going to feel a shift because the businesses that are growing the fastest right now, they're the ones building community alongside of their content. They're creating spaces where their clients can ask questions and get feedback, and they show up live and they feel seen. And this is actually where Kajabi has quietly gotten very smart. Their community features, they are not just a little bonus add-on anymore. The community has become the backbone of sustainable growth. Of course, that's if you know how to use them well. So in today's video, I'm actually sitting down with Malva to talk about 3 Kajabi community features that she believes will have the biggest impact on your business in 2026. And now these are not just fluffy extras. These are strategic tools that will help you deepen the connection and increase the retention and of course create an experience people will not want to leave your space. So if you are serious about building a business that lasts beyond the trends and beyond all the algorithms, and of course beyond that AI generated noise, this conversation is for you. Let's get into it. Hey, Malva. I am really excited for today's conversation. There's been a lot of noise lately about online courses dying. And honestly, I think the conversation is actually less about courses disappearing and more about how they're evolving. So what I'm actually seeing and what I've been talking about more and more on my channel lately is this shift towards kind of layering in live support, cohorts, a real community into what used to be just static course content. And the conversation is definitely growing, and there's been a lot of movement towards these hybrid models. So I wanted to sit down with you specifically and talk about the Kajabi's community, because you and I have both been working Kajabi for over 5 years now. We've seen the ups and we've seen these awkward phases. We've seen the community feature feel kind of like secondary, but lately it's been feeling a lot different, right? They've actually dialed it in a lot to the point where we're confidently recommending it, and we're watching more and more entrepreneurs move their communities inside of Kajabi instead of trying to like duct tape together Facebook groups and other third-party tools. In fact, you're actually working on a community migration right now from Mighty Networks into Kajabi with one of our clients. So from your perspective, when you look at the Kajabi's community features today, what do you think is going to happen, or what do you think is going to help entrepreneurs grow faster in 2026? Like, what is going to help them create a stronger impact with their audience or their students? I'd love to hear what you think.
So the Kajabi community as a community feature is, in my mind, a companion to any type of cohort, course, or vault that you are running in your account. I don't believe that it is currently an optional element. I think it's a mandatory one. So you mentioned that I am migrating a community from Mighty Networks to Kajabi this week. Actually, I have worked on building 5 communities this week and building strategy for 2 other communities. So community is the place to be. It's the thing to have as part of your course. I love the community feature inside Kajabi for many reasons, but most importantly, I like to come and look at it as a concept of a container for all your ideas, a container for an engagement plan for your people or your students. Now, as any container, if you don't have a plan of how you're going to put compartments into it and what you're going to use them for, it can become useless if you don't know how to use it. But if you do know how to use it, it is gold. It is an engagement dashboard for not only you, but for your people, for your content, and for the heartbeat of the core of your cohorts that you're trying to run in your business with your clients. So depending on how you plan it, it can be be dead, or it can be a very lively place for everyone to be able to learn, to ask questions, to get feedback, and to let's say be held accountable for all the implementation that they have to do with the courses that you're teaching them.
I love that. It's your engagement dashboard. It allows, it's the heartbeats where everybody is. So what is it that Kajabi has in their community specifically that allows people to be able to have everything? Like what's exactly in the community that people can, access all that they need?
Well, whatever you put in there. But the features that we can use in order to plan out the engagement are, for me, is the left-hand side where you have the menu with all of your feeds, all of your start here pages, all of your resource pages, download pages, communication channels, and links to the other courses that you may have inside your community. So the left-hand side of your community panel can be almost like a table of contents of what we're talking about right now, your resource list, for a lack of a better word. Let's imagine you have different modules inside your vault and your course or your educational platform, but you want to walk people through it. Yes, there is a cohort feature where everyone has to watch certain lessons, but we also want the community feel where we can ask questions, where we know how to get access to these resources very quickly instead of going and looking in the My Library portion of Kajabi where you have 10 or 15 courses. So one of my clients has 197 courses, and imagine me having purchased all those courses. How do I find the one that I'm looking for right now when I need to ask a question about the video that's there that is part of the theme of the month? That seems like digging through a lot. So if they are having, let's say, challenges or theme of the month during that live portion where the community feel and the community vibe is live, then all they have to do is just link that to the side dashboard, and everybody has quick and easy access. Quick and easy access to your course material, quick and easy access to downloads should you wish to have them on a separate page, quick and easy access to replays, let's say how to get the most of your community, quick and easy access to live calls if you need to have a way of showing people, let's eliminate tech support and let's just click that button there. And most importantly, it allows people to also know how and where to ask questions, because you're able to link certain channels and certain access groups inside your community to certain courses. And these courses will only link to this specific channel. So if I have a course on, let's say, relationships and rebuilding the spark, and I want people only to talk about that topic in this channel, then it's linked to the course and the vault. So again, the vault where I'm watching a recorded video and reading the lesson notes and let's say downloading the content there, and I have a question, all I have to do is type it down and it's already automatically auto-populating in the community. So the connection between the two allows me to feel that people know that no matter where they are, they can always feel supported by the person who's running the cohort.
Okay, so basically people who are in multiple courses, they don't need to go and dig for things in each individual course. It's right there in the community. Yeah. Easy access, right? That's awesome. So you mentioned a little bit about lives. So what does Kajabi do for lives, and why would we even bother doing lives within a community?
So there are two places that Kajabi does lives. One is the course lives, that's completely different. And then we have the community lives. So let's talk about the community lives. The community lives inside Kajabi allow us as the owners of the account to have ease of communication and ease of coming live and speaking to people, either through going live ad hoc or going live because it's a planned meetup of, let's say, like repeated every Monday or whatever the case may be. Now, why is it easier for us? Number one, it is inside the community, so we don't have to log into another tech element. It is very robust I would say, not to kind of drop names here, but I would say quite similar to the older Zoom version, where you had breakout rooms, where you had reactions, where you had chat, where you had the option to mute someone, where you had the option to share your screen. You don't need more unless you're running live workshops where you need lots and lots of whiteboards and lots of interaction between people where they're doing an activity, which most of our clients are not on that level. That's sufficient enough. But what I also love about that is if I click leave, I don't have to worry about the recording. I don't have to worry about the, hey, where is the recording because I missed it? I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to upload it. Like, you don't have to do all of the back end tech with those lives, because if it's within the community, it automatically auto-populates to the recently recorded ones, which allows you to kind of have less on your head when, as a business owner, you already have a lot. But there's another thing. If you use the lives, there's a toggle inside the Kajabi community. You can actually allow your people to talk live without you being there. So let's
Mm.
say there is a community that wants to have a subgroup and they want to do homework together. You don't have to be there to turn on that Zoom call for them to be able to meet together. They can do that by themselves. And that way it's kind of your hands are free to do something else whilst the live is still within the container of the Kajabi community, and obviously they can record it or not, but that doesn't take up your time as the content creator or the owner of the Kajabi account, and you're just allowing your people to breathe and live the content whilst creating, let's say, a tight-knit community, or as tight as it can be in these online space.
Yeah, and that's great because you can't always be there as the subject expert, and people can still connect, right, without you
Correct.
having to
So,
be there.
like 2 or 3 years back, one of my friends who ran a membership, she would go live every single day at 6 a.m. with her people. She would
That's
go
a lot.
live at 6 a.m. every single day, and then in the afternoon, I think it was 4 p.m. or something like that. That's a lot of lives. Okay.
Yeah.
And life happens, and things happen, and sometimes she, in my mind, overpromised, but she had to deliver. And so in order for her to go live for these working sessions, she had to have someone else come and turn it on.
Mm.
So that is an annoying bit, because if I have in my offer that we can come and have office hours every single day for 20 minutes or half hour or whatever to work together to be able to ask each other questions as a community, as a group of students, then I don't have to be there to turn it on. I can just say, yep, this is the time where you guys can come. You'll have that scheduled and just have fun.
Great community access. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned that Kajabi allows for the left sidebar that is kind of your hub of all your information, everything in one place to bring people together and to support them alongside of you as an expert. Also, the lives, again, another opportunity to bring community. Is there anything else that Kajabi has that is really special and unique to them that's really going to help entrepreneurs really grow their business in 2026?
I love the concept of challenges. Not so much the leadership board, because a lot of people don't like to be judged with points. And although, depending on how you use it, some clients say, oh, I feel judged because I got 5 points for putting my name, and like they don't like that bit.
Yeah.
But the challenges they absolutely adore, because if you have a group of people and you know how you're leading them, you can create challenges, you can create assignments, you can create tasks, you can create a way of them sharing their wins, even their struggles at times, to propel them forward. Imagine a weekly challenge of you have to do at least 5 exercises a day, a week, if you are a fitness coach. And in these challenges, please click, I did that exercise, and upload a picture of you exercising. Or if you are a dietary coach, all right, let's say how many days have you been off sugar in the last 30 days, right? Do a challenge of minimum 20 days off of sugar. You can have a cheat day here or there, but have that challenge and then upload that homework or upload those tasks. that means your people want to engage with the content that you have in order to help them succeed. Because the community is not only, hey, let's sit down and drink a margarita, a virgin one, of course, it can be. But most importantly, the community is a place for people to feel connected when they have the same goal. And that same goal is whatever your expertise, be it dietary, be it fitness, be it learning language, be it learning law or relationships or whatever it is. You have now created a group of people that have a common goal. Now, how are you going to take advantage of that and lead them through that transformation? That is on you as the owner of the account to have that figured out. If you don't, come to one of our calls and we'll make it work. But if you do have that figure out, challenges is the best way to do it because you have laid out a map for your people to follow step by step to take them from A to B towards the goal that they have signed up for because they're part of your community and your course.
I love that. So the challenges really just keeps them connected and moving forward, right? Because we know that implementing whatever it is that you're teaching, right? The content is usually the toughest part, but when you have a challenge, it kind of gives you that motivation, that kind of drive to move forward, and doing it with others too is a big piece, right? So you know that as you know, we've been watching this shift over the last year, that one thing has really become really clear to us, right? People, they don't really want to build things in isolation anymore. They don't want to work in isolation anymore. They're kind of tired of trying to piece everything together on their own. And we know that people can go Google things. They can go watch YouTube. They can go read help docs. They can find information on their own. And the gap really isn't information. It's actually that implementation piece that we're talking about, right? You know, it's like sitting here inside your Kajabi account and you're thinking, okay, I understand the concept, but how do I actually kind of set this community thing up, right? A lot of people are getting it. So that's actually why we decided to put together the Kajabi Community Build Bootcamp, right? This is actually going to be our second round. We're really excited about it because what we're doing inside of the bootcamp, it's actually quite simple, right? We're not just teaching the community strategy, right? That you can find on my YouTube channel. We're actually going to build the community with you, right? So you could hire us or a service provider to build your Kajabi community for you. And that's a great option for some people. But if you want to actually understand how your community is structured and you want to have that full control, if you want to feel confident in managing your community in the long term, the fastest way to actually learn it is to do it alongside of us. So Malva, can you share with our audience here, who is this bootcamp actually for, and give kind of a bit of an overview of what we're planning to do in this community build bootcamp that's coming up?
All right. So first of all, like you mentioned, information is not the thing that we're searching for right now. We can have access to it left, right, and center, and there are instructions that people have built for us. The problem is that I just sometimes don't want to do it alone, and I want to have a quick answer to a question that I have right now. It's a burning question, and I need to know the answer now, and not, let me find the answer in this instruction manual. Okay, when was the last time you read a TV instruction manual? I can't remember. I just kept pressing the buttons and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I would prefer to call my son, hey, Leo, come and help me do something on my TV rather than take the instruction manual and try to figure it out. So that's exactly where we're stepping in. We don't want to add to the frustration of building your business. We want to remove all of the obstacles that you may have. We want to remove all of the question marks that you may have. And we want to give you not only a cheat sheet, because we do have templates that will allow you to kind of skip the process and not be bogged down by the little gritty, nitty little things that are like, do I need to do that? Do I need to figure it out? How do I write that? We will help you with the templates so you have a starting point. One of the psychological things is negative bias. It is much easier for me to find and nitpick something in a negative manner than try to create it by ourselves. So that's exactly where we step in. We give you something, let's say the community guidelines, and you come and say, yeah, I don't like this sentence. I don't like this sentence. I'll change that sentence. And then now it's mine, rather than here's a blank sheet of paper, fill out the community guidelines, right? So that's how we're trying to help you out. We're going to help you out with the branding. Obviously, have your branding colors and have your branding guide, but the branding of the community to make sure that it looks like your brand, that it is your community and not just a community. And then most importantly, we're there to help guide you step by step. We'll do something and we'll wait for you to do it. We'll do something and we'll wait for you to do it. If you're stuck, that's okay. Come back with us and then, even share your screen if you need to. We're there to help you. And furthermore, after all of these live sessions that you're going to have with Chelsea, and then potentially with myself as well, you also have the option to build it and redo it and then ask questions, and we'll still be there to support you after the bootcamp. So you'll have a before, which is the prep week, you'll have a during, which is the live sessions, and then you'll have an after, which will allow you to iron out all the details that you've skipped, you've missed, or you just want to add on. Now, why is this important in my mind? It's because we're keeping you accountable. You've got a few days to build this with us. There's no excuses, none whatsoever. Like, I'm sorry, but get your sleeves rolled up and let's do this, because you've been holding it off for weeks, maybe months, maybe years, for many reasons. And one of them may be just the tech element. What am I supposed to have? I have so many options. I don't know what to use. Malva just talked about all of these engagement ideas with the leaderships and the challenges and the side links and the lives but I don't know where to start. How do I know what to build? Well, okay, allow us to help you build a scaffolding that will be a minimal viable product, amazing product that you can use right away, right after the bootcamp is done. But this will be the trampoline for all of your, like I mentioned, the engagement dashboard for your people, that you can then add your secret sauce to make it your own, very specific to your business and very specific to your needs for your community. But come, have it build with us. That will be a trampoline to propel you to the next step, which is the engagement planning of your community.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly the key piece. I've seen it over and over and again where people are they haven't actually built it because they're stuck in that planning phase, right? They're thinking about, well, how do I engage people? How do I do this? How do I do that? And they just start spinning in circles over and over and again. And honestly, building the Kajabi community, it's not complicated. It really isn't. We are going to do it fairly quickly together. And like you said, minimal viable product just to get it done, get the basics, get that foundation built so that you can actually launch it, and then you continue to grow it and to work on those pieces. And that's the key piece. We just want to get it done and built so that you can move forward instead of continually being in that planning and that thought phase.
The problem with the planning is if you just plan and don't do, you don't know if your plan was viable or not. Yeah. But if you plan just a little bit, do it, and then see how your people react to the minimal product and just the engagement bit is there, then you can build on it. It's like having a YouTube video that goes viral and you're like, I don't know what happened. I wasn't planning for that to go viral. Well, then you don't know what your people really, really need until you start putting out those videos and putting out those engagement pieces and seeing what clicks. Because I don't know anyone that has purchased a course and came to the creator and said, I know what I exactly need from you that you will be able to teach me well. It doesn't work that way. You either deliver it and they're like, yes, she's my person. I know I've learned this many times, but she's helped me implement it to take it to the next level, or whatever your case may be, because that is their style of teaching and they have assisted you in such a manner that works for you. But you won't know if that is the case until it's already done and mapped out and planned out and created. So yeah, that just makes me excited to know that there's a potential for you to start talking to your people and learning what they need from you in order for you to help them succeed in your area of expertise.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really important to grow your business is to, get that feedback and continue to grow inside that community. So I'm really excited for our bootcamp. It is open now if you want to go and check it out. So if you haven't had a chance to see what a Kajabi community looks like on the inside, go ahead and watch this next video here where I walk you through the back end settings as well as our user experience of our own Unstuck Me Club community right here in Kajabi. Go check it out.